everybody, welcome to my channel, Graceful Talks, and my name is Graceful Show. Thank you, everybody who's been watching my video. Thank you, everyone who's subscribed, everyone who's liked, everyone who has shared, and everyone who has hit the notification icon. Today, we're going to be talking about what to do with my time. Are you bored? Do you have a lot of time on your hands? What the pandemic has caused for some people is to have a lot of time on their hands. Some people have felt that they've stagnated, they haven't moved forward, they've remained in the same place. But then there's a lot of things we can do with our time if that is your situation. There's a lot you can do with your time, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. What you can do with your time, and if you're unmotivated. So the first thing I would consider doing with my time is to develop my spirituality. And when I say spirituality, this is the time you might want to consider building your relationship with God and reading your Bible. Because in the past, when you were too busy, maybe these are things you've thought about before. I don't have time because I'm busy juggling so many things together. But now that you have time, this is the time to think about building that relationship with your God, reading your Bible, because we know this world is imperfect. We're in the middle of a pandemic now, things we have no control over. That's it. We're in an imperfect world, and it makes some people very anxious, some people very fearful because they have no control over it. But then if you have a relationship with God, then God can take care of that. You can put your life in the hands of God to take control, because it is an imperfect world. And so this is a good time to consider building that relationship with God, reading your Bible, developing yourself, and being able to feel confident that you can cast all your burdens on Him. So that's the first thing you want to consider. The second one I will do is recreate myself. We can't continue doing the same thing we did yesterday, we did 2 years ago, we did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. We have to add value to ourselves. We have to recreate ourselves. Even organization, big successful organization, they make some changes because that's the thing about life. The thing about life is that change happens in life, whether you want to or you don't want to. There will be changes you're thrown into, like the way we've been thrown into this lockdown restriction, we've been thrown into this pandemic. It just happens to you. So this is the time to recreate yourself, add value to yourself. The third thing I'll consider as well is enrolling in some online courses and getting some qualification. Short courses, nothing major, but a short course that will add value to you. This is a time to think about it. One of those courses is the time to think about one online course and then enrolling on it and getting that qualification. That would help at this time, or that would help to use your time at this time, and then something you can use in future as well. Fourth thing I will consider is being creative. Everybody has got creativity in them. You've got something you're good at, you've got one talent. This is the time to think about sharing that talent with other people benefiting from that talent. This is the time to think about it. What am I good at? Should I start a YouTube channel where I can talk about this creativity I have, share it with other people, let other people benefit from it? So think about that at this time. So that's the fourth thing I'll be thinking about, because I have so much time on my hand. The other thing you should think about as well, which I think is the fifth one, is to take up exercise. There's nothing like exercise. When you have all those pent up energy and you do the exercise and you feel yourself relaxing. 2 years ago, I learned how to swim. I couldn't swim. I learned how to swim, and I took up swimming regularly, and I can't just begin to explain the enjoyment I get from it. My body benefits from it. I just can't explain. And I know you're going to say, oh, this is lockdown, I can't go to the gym, I can't go to any of those places. But then you can do that at home. You can do some exercises at home. You can join some online exercise groups as well. You can begin to do some exercises at home, and all the pent up energy, whether your body you need to exercise your body, you can begin to do that. That is one thing I will do at this time. I think that's number 5. The number 6 thing is I will learn how to cook. There's nothing like that feeling where you create a meal from scratch. You just create a meal. There's so many YouTube channels there about creating a meal, dishes, and even if you know how to cook, this is the time to think about something complicated. Something complicated you might want to do, cooking that meal, cooking that dish, and then when the lockdown, the pandemic is over, inviting family and friends to enjoy the meal that you've cooked. During this time, you have a lot of time on your hands, so learn to cook. It gives a lot of pleasure regardless of whether you're a male, you're a female. It's just so enjoyable. It's very enjoyable to be able to cook a meal from scratch, and it empowers you as well. Another thing I'll consider doing at this time is painting. Some people have those artistic talent. This is the time to bring out that brush and start painting and do a lot of painting. I've lost count of where I am at the moment, but I'll put that down there. But that's one you need to learn, because there's so many things you could do with your time, whether you're bored, you're unmotivated, but you've got time on your hands. Painting, take up painting. Join an online group as well. Take up painting. Another thing I will do with my time is I would take up a sewing machine and start sewing. Do you know the enjoyment you get as well, where you put an attire together, you put something together, you put clothing together? That's really wonderful. You can learn to actually sew. Simple. Start with something simple. Something simple, because if you go complicated, you might just stress yourself really. But then do something simple, put it together. You have time on your hand, why don't you try that? Another thing you could try is knitting. Yes, actually knitting, putting that together and start knitting. That would be something good to do as well. Another thing you do is with regards to your home. You might want to arrange the furniture, move them around, and it will look like something new. Your room, you might want to move things around, hide it up, and that will make it look new as well. So that's something you could also do with your time. Another thing you could do with your time is write a journal, write a book, put something together, and might consider publishing it as well. Yeah, put a journal together, write a book. And another thing you might consider doing as well is teaching yourself how to play an instrument. You probably have been thinking about that in the past, but now you've got time on your hand. Teach yourself how to play an instrument, order that instrument, and then join an online group as well. So many things you can do at this time. At this time, you have time on your hand. Consider doing this. Develop your spirituality with God. Read your Bible. And then pray as well. That's the first one. The second one I said was to recreate yourself. You can't continue the way you were yesterday, 5 years ago, 10 years. You have to recreate yourself, add value to yourself. Number 3 is to be creative. To bring out that creative side of yourself. Start a YouTube channel. Teach people something you're good at. Another one I mentioned was you taking up an online course, short course, and adding value to yourself at this time. Another one is playing an instrument, teaching yourself how to play an instrument. Another one is teaching yourself how to cook, teaching yourself how to knit, write a journal, put a journal together, write a book. Thank you for watching my channel. Remember to subscribe, to like, to share, and hit the notification icon so that you get an alert when new videos come. And thank you for encouraging me. Thank you. Bye.